Chosen one, hear this with a steady heart. You did not arrive at this moment by accident. Every step you took, every delay, every stirring in your spirit has been guided so you would stand here right now, ready to receive what has been waiting for you. Let that truth sink into the deepest part of you. You are being watched over with purpose. 3 angels have been assigned to you, carrying a warning to sharpen you, a revelation to open your understanding, and a release that will move through you as clearly as light moves through your eyes. This isn't luck or chance. This is a sacred appointment. The unseen world has begun to shift, and you can feel it even if you can't explain it. You are standing at the edge of a financial breakthrough that reaches beyond anything you imagined. A transfer of blessing that was prepared for you long before you even knew to ask for it. Something locked away for the right time, something overdue, something kept safe in heaven with your name carved into it. And now the moment is opening. The path is clearing. What has been held back is ready to flow toward you. Believe it, receive it, and step forward as the one who was chosen for this very hour. The divine never speaks without intention, and angels never move without a clear command. Scripture reminds us in Psalm 91 that the Most High directs his angels to watch over you, to guide your steps, to protect your path, and to place you exactly where you need to be. That is what is happening in this very moment. Anointed one, open the quiet place within you. What you are about to receive is not casual or ordinary. It is a prophetic call meant to awaken you, steady you, and move you toward what has already been prepared for your life. There is urgency in it, but also clarity. There is power in it, but also peace. Stay present. Let your spirit stay open, because heaven is speaking directly to you. Chosen one, listen with attention. What is unfolding around you is far from random. It is not a passing feeling or a simple change in circumstances. It is a shift in the unseen, a stirring that only someone awake in the spirit can truly sense. Long before you prayed for direction, long before you recognized the need for guidance, heaven marked this moment for you. You have stepped into a time that was arranged for your growth, your protection, and your awakening. The 3 angels assigned to your life are not silent. They are sending warning where you need clarity, guiding you where you need alignment, and awakening something deep inside you that has been waiting for the right moment to rise. Everything is being spoken through the very eyes you see with, calling you to notice, to feel, and to respond. Chosen one, pay attention to what's been happening within you. Your eyes have been catching things you used to overlook. Small shifts in people's behavior, sudden sparks of intuition that seem to come out of nowhere, moments when you sense the truth before it's spoken. These aren't random. Your spirit has been trying to communicate what heaven has already confirmed. Your vision is changing because your season is changing. You're no longer just observing the world around you, you're discerning it. You're no longer glancing at people, you're sensing their intentions, their honesty, their alignment with where your life is heading. This deeper perception is emerging because the angels assigned to you are opening a level of sight that goes far beyond anything you've used before. And you need to understand something important. The warning they're sending isn't meant to frighten you. It's meant to strengthen you. It's meant to set you in the right place at the right time. It's meant to sharpen your spiritual awareness so you can receive the promotion, the breakthrough, the opportunity that's trying to reach you. I say this from experience. I once believed that being sensitive to shifts in people or energy was a weakness, something to restrain or hide. But it wasn't a flaw. It was an invitation to grow. It was preparation for blessings that required a clear mind, a steady heart, and a spirit that could recognize what was sacred. What you're sensing now is the same kind of preparation. Something holy is on its way to you, and your sharpened vision is part of the reason you'll be ready when it arrives. Chosen one, the angels are drawing your attention to your eyes because your eyes reveal the truth, long before your mind is ready to accept it. Your eyes notice what your thoughts try to ignore. They catch the signs, the shifts, the quiet warnings, and the quiet confirmations. Through your eyes, heaven is showing you what needs to be released, what needs to be protected, and what is finally ready to be welcomed into your life. Every divine transfer begins with divine clarity. You can't step into a new season if you're still unable to recognize what belonged to the old one. And there is something you need to receive with your whole spirit right now. The breakthrough you've been praying for, the financial release you've been sensing, the elevation that has been tugging at your spirit, it isn't approaching from a distance. It has already started. It's already unfolding around you. It's moving quietly, almost unnoticed, like the soft first drops of rain that fall before the sky fully opens. Those small signs, the subtle changes, the inner nudges, those are the early indicators that the shift you've been waiting for is no longer a future hope. It's a present reality. What's coming next is greater flow, greater alignment, and greater provision. And your eyes are being prepared to see it clearly so you can walk into it without hesitation. Chosen one, the angels are speaking with urgency because they don't want you to interfere with what heaven is trying to release into your life. Their message is clear. Be mindful of what you allow your eyes to take in. Be careful with what you focus on, and be intentional about the thoughts and images you entertain. Your eyes aren't just windows to your surroundings. They are gateways that shape your path and influence your destiny. I learned this through painful experience. Every time I stepped into a season of elevation, distractions tried to disguise themselves as opportunities. Confusion showed up wearing the mask of commitment. People who had no real place in my journey suddenly appeared right when I was meant to rise. And every time I ignored the quiet warning in my spirit, every time I pretended not to see what my eyes were already telling me, I slowed down the very blessing heaven was trying to place in my hands. That is why the angels are speaking so strongly to you right now. You are too close to your breakthrough to drift. You are too close to divine release to let your attention wander. You're entering a time when your eyes will reveal things your ears were never meant to hear, truths that can only be sensed, not spoken. So pay attention to the moments when something suddenly feels off. Notice where your eyes tend to drift without effort. Notice the people your spirit grows quiet around, even if nothing obvious has happened. Heaven is using your sight to guard the next version of your life. Your vision is being refined, so your blessing can arrive without interference. Chosen one, this is only the beginning, and what comes next carries even greater weight. As we continue, take a deep breath and steady your spirit, because the message the angels are revealing now isn't heavy with fear, but with destiny. The first part opened your eyes. This part explains why heaven is sharpening your vision with such intention. Whenever divine elevation approaches, distractions grow louder, spiritual resistance becomes harder to detect, and the enemy works quietly to blur what God is trying to make clear. That is why your sight is being refined. Chosen one, you are stepping into a spiritual window where what you notice, what you recognize, and what you refuse to ignore will shape the direction of your life. I've lived through this shift. Every breakthrough I've ever experienced started with a moment of clarity. Something I used to tolerate suddenly felt too heavy to carry. A place I once fit no longer felt aligned. A person I once understood began to feel distant or out of step with my spirit. And each time, heaven changed my sight before it changed my circumstances. That is exactly what the angels are doing in you right now. They are warning you because you are approaching a turning point, one of those rare moments that only comes a few times in a lifetime, moments where everything changes if you're willing to see clearly. You may already feel it, that strange blend of excitement and restlessness, that inner stretching that's hard to explain, that quiet sense that something is shifting, something is rising, something is aligning in ways you can't fully articulate. That feeling isn't imagination. It's spiritual acceleration. But acceleration always requires separation, and separation always begins with vision. The angels are preparing you by showing you 3 kinds of warnings through your eyes in this exact season. Chosen one, the warnings you're receiving are not dramatic or loud. They are subtle, precise, and unmistakably supernatural. The first warning is this: your eyes will begin to feel tired around the wrong people, not because you're physically worn out, but because your spirit is rejecting what your eyes are being exposed to. When someone's presence drains your clarity or feels heavy in a way you can't explain, heaven is showing you that this person cannot go with you into the next season of your life. Pay close attention to that heaviness behind your eyes. It's your spirit communicating faster than your thoughts can process. The second warning is that your eyes will start catching things you used to miss. Small patterns, repeated behaviors, subtle comments, shifts in tone or energy. God is allowing you to recognize the truth without requiring confirmation from anyone else. You've prayed for discernment for years, and now it's being activated in the simplest moments of your day. It's not arriving through dramatic dreams or visions. It's arriving through the details you once overlooked. I've lived through this exact shift. When God was preparing me for a new level, He didn't shout through thunder or show me a grand sign. He spoke through consistency, through repetition, through quiet clues that were far more meaningful than they first appeared. The third warning is this: your eyes will be drawn toward what aligns with your calling. New ideas, new environments, new opportunities, and resources that match where your life is heading will begin to stand out effortlessly. Your eyes will be pulled toward them almost automatically, as if guided by an invisible force. Pay attention to where your gaze lingers without trying. The angels are directing your attention like a compass, pointing toward true north. This is happening because the financial breakthrough, the elevation, the divine transfer assigned to you requires a sharper level of awareness. Heaven isn't just preparing to bless you. Heaven is preparing you to keep the blessing, to steward it well, and to walk into your next season without losing what is meant for you. Chosen one, everything you're feeling right now, the sensitivity, the quiet revelations, the increased alertness in your spirit, this is not confusion, this is preparation. Heaven is shaping the way you see, so your life can grow into what's coming next. You're maturing on spiritual, emotional, and prophetic levels, even if the process feels unfamiliar or uncomfortable. And now, the angels are ready to reveal what exactly you're being prepared to receive. The breakthrough, the transfer, the elevation that is already moving toward you with a speed that does not come from this world. Chosen one, now that your sight is awakening and your discernment is sharpening, heaven is releasing the deeper revelation, the why. Why now? Why this season? Why such a sudden intensification of inner clarity? The answer is simple but carries depth. Heaven is positioning you for something that can only enter your life when your spirit is aligned enough to recognize it. You are being prepared for a divine transfer, one marked by authority, inheritance, and responsibility. Yes, it includes financial release. Yes, elevation is part of it. But the shift heaven is bringing reaches far beyond material blessing. It will change the atmosphere of your home, your relationships, your habits, and the way you move through the world. And the angels know that if your vision is not ready, you could misinterpret a blessing as a burden or accept a burden, believing it to be a blessing. That is why heaven is speaking to you through your eyes. I've walked through this myself. Before the biggest breakthroughs in my life, I didn't hear loud signs or see dramatic visions. Instead, I began seeing differently. People I once depended on became reflections of how much I had grown. Environments that once fit me started to feel too tight. The familiar began to feel foreign, and the old began to feel heavy. That was never punishment. It was preparation. It was heaven shifting my perception before shifting my life. And that is exactly what is happening to you. The angels are warning you with love because the blessing approaching your life requires a healed, wiser, more aware version of you. What is coming cannot be carried with old eyes. They want you to understand 3 truths that will stabilize you while you transition into this new season. Truth 1. The elevation you're stepping into is spiritual before it becomes physical. Before anything around you changes, heaven is reorganizing what's within you. That restlessness you feel, the sense that old routines no longer satisfy, the sudden urge to simplify or remove what feels heavy, these are signs that your spirit is shedding what no longer fits. You're not unraveling, you're unlocking. Truth 2. Your next season requires a different version of you. The breakthrough coming toward you cannot coexist with the doubts, fears, or distractions of past seasons. The divine transfer meant for you needs a steadier mind and a clearer heart. This refinement is not correction, it's preparation. Heaven is upgrading your inner world quietly, deliberately, and deeply. Truth 3. What's coming was delayed, not denied. Many of you will feel this strongly. You've waited for years. You've questioned yourself. You've wondered if you misheard God. But the delay was strategic. Heaven wasn't ignoring you. Heaven was aligning your request with the person you're becoming. Divine timing isn't late. It's layered. And you're finally stepping into the layer where manifestation meets readiness. Chosen one, the angels aren't simply warning you. They're inviting you to see differently, to walk with intention, to prepare your life for a blessing that has already started moving in your direction. Consider the shifts within you, the heightened awareness, the deeper sensitivity, the sudden clarity in situations that once confused you. None of this is random. These are signs that your season is changing. You are not who you were 6 months ago, and heaven cannot pour new wine into an old wineskin. Your vision is being transformed so that when the opportunity, the contract, the financial release, the elevation, the divine opening finally arrives, you'll recognize it instantly, embrace it confidently, and carry it with wisdom. Chosen one, in the next part, the angels will reveal the nature of the blessing that is coming toward you and the specific thing your eyes must stay alert to as it draws near. Now that you understand the awakening happening within you, the angels are ready to show you something even clearer, something more defined. The blessing approaching your life is not vague, it's not symbolic, it's not a distant hope waiting years ahead of you. It is specific, it is tangible, and it is already unfolding in the unseen. Heaven is not preparing you for a pleasant season. Heaven is preparing you for a transfer so meaningful, so impactful, that it will reshape how you live, how you think, and how you walk in your purpose. And right now, the angels are revealing 3 movements taking place around you. Once you recognize them, you won't feel confused by your discernment anymore. You'll feel grounded by it. The first movement is this. The angels are repositioning your life for financial elevation. And understand this clearly. This shift isn't about greed or vanity. It's about purpose. There are assignments tied to your name, visions you've carried for years, people you're meant to help, work you're meant to build. And these require resources. You've had seasons where you stretched every dollar, where you pushed through shortage with faith, where you stayed honest and kept giving even when no one understood your struggle. Heaven saw what you held together with pure heart and sheer endurance. And now the angels are preparing to return to you what was withheld, delayed, or taken. But before heaven releases increase, heaven releases insight. Before you receive a financial blessing, your eyes must be trained to see the path that blessing will walk in on. I've lived this myself. Every time a financial breakthrough was getting close, it never started with money. It started with clarity. I began noticing things out of alignment, habits that drained me, relationships that cost more than they gave, commitments that took my time without returning purpose. These weren't coincidences. These were spiritual cues. Heaven was teaching me to steward wisely before supplying abundantly. That's what's happening to you. Your rising awareness is not anxiety, it's preparation. Your new level of sight is part of the blessing itself. Movement 2 is unfolding quietly but powerfully. Your life is being elevated relationally. Chosen one. The angels are drawing your attention to the people around you because the season you're stepping into requires relationships that strengthen you, not drain you. You need people who speak truth with love, who encourage growth instead of resisting it, who carry integrity, vision, and purpose that align with where heaven is taking you. You're entering a phase where the wrong connection can slow you down, and the right connection can accelerate you in ways you never imagined. That's why your eyes are suddenly catching what you used to excuse. You're noticing energy shifts that once slipped past you. Conversations that used to feel comfortable now feel shallow. People who were once central in your life now feel distant, almost as if your spirit has already released them before your mind realizes it. This isn't paranoia or overthinking. This is divine filtering. Heaven is showing you who is meant to walk with you into your elevation and who was only meant for a chapter you've already outgrown. I went through this myself. When God elevated me, the shift didn't shock me. What shocked me was who couldn't rise with me. People I loved, trusted, and leaned on suddenly felt out of place in the life I was stepping into. It hurt, but it was necessary. Heaven will protect your destiny even when you struggle to let go. That is why the angels speak through your eyes before they speak through your circumstances. Movement 3 is just as profound. Your spiritual authority is increasing. Chosen one, you're not only being blessed, you're being positioned. Something powerful is rising in you, a mantle, an anointing, a deeper level of spiritual awareness that you may not have language for yet. The angels are sharpening your vision because your purpose is expanding. You're being prepared for influence, for impact, for a deeper expression of your calling. You're stepping into a level of sensitivity where you won't just sense things, you'll understand them. You won't just feel shifts, you'll know what they mean. With greater authority comes greater clarity. This is why your dreams feel more intense, why your intuition has sharpened, why your emotions feel richer and more significant. When heaven upgrades your calling, heaven upgrades your perception first. Your eyes are being trained to see what others overlook, so you can walk confidently into the role heaven is shaping you for. Chosen one, everything happening within you right now is part of a divine preparation. You are not imagining the shifts, the restlessness, the sudden clarity, the inner stirring. These are signs that you are being elevated, and now the angels are ready to reveal the warning, the one thing that can delay or block the blessing approaching your life if you are not spiritually aware. Now that heaven has shown you the nature of the blessing ahead, financial elevation, relational refinement, and a rise in spiritual authority, the angels are uncovering something even more crucial. This warning is not meant to frighten you. It is meant to guard what heaven is building in you. It is being delivered through your eyes because your sight is the filter that determines how you step into the next season. Hear this with your whole spirit. The greatest threat to your breakthrough is not the enemy outside of you, but the blindness within you. Not physical blindness, but spiritual blindness that causes you to cling to cycles you've outgrown, to remain loyal to people you've surpassed, and to stay attached to environments heaven has already closed. The angels are revealing this now because you are too close to destiny to misread anything. The first warning is this: your eyes must stop romanticizing what wounded you. There are habits, relationships, and old seasons your eyes still drift back toward as if they offer comfort, when in truth they hold captivity. The past often pretends to be safety when the future feels uncertain. I know this personally. I stayed too long in places I had already outgrown, and every time I did, my spirit grew heavy until I finally surrendered. Heaven is saying, do not let your eyes turn backward when your calling is forward. The second warning: your eyes must not absorb the fear of others. When you begin to rise, people who have never walked the path you're entering may project their insecurities onto you. Their doubt can cloud your vision, making you second-guess what heaven already confirmed. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Keep your eyes fixed on alignment, not opinions. The third warning: your eyes must not be distracted by counterfeits. Whenever heaven prepares something real, the enemy prepares something similar. A relationship that looks loving but drains your spirit. A job that offers wealth but steals your purpose. An opportunity that seems glittering but leads to spiritual dryness. Counterfeits always appear first to test discernment. Your eyes will sense what your mind doesn't yet understand. Anything that shines but disturbs your peace is not from heaven. Anything that excites you but unsettles your spirit is a trap, not a blessing. This warning comes to shield you, not scare you. What's ahead is too sacred to be compromised by old habits or deceptive opportunities. Heaven is sharpening your sight because your next level requires precise discernment. And in the next part, the angels will reveal the strategy, the exact posture, habits, and alignment needed so nothing interferes with what God is releasing into your hands. Chosen one, now that the angels have revealed the warning, they are ready to give you the strategy. And understand this: heaven does not give strategies casually. When angels teach you how to position your life, it means a major spiritual release is near. They are preparing you for something life-altering, not something small or temporary. The first strategy is this: quiet the noise before you make decisions. Your next season cannot be entered through reaction. It must be entered through revelation. And revelation is only heard in stillness. Heaven is training you to pause, to breathe, to wait, and to move only when there is inner confirmation. I had to learn this myself. Every rushed decision made from fear or pressure delayed blessings meant for me. But when I learned to be still, the right doors opened without force, and the wrong ones closed without pain. Stillness is not weakness. It is spiritual wisdom. The second strategy: choose alignment over urgency. The angels are guiding your eyes because your elevation depends on the quality of what you align with. Not everything fast is meant for you. Not everything available is for your good. Not everything urgent is divine. Heaven is asking you to slow down and choose what matches your destiny, not what soothes your insecurity. Your next season requires precision, not speed. Every yes you give now carries spiritual weight. The third strategy: simplify your life so your spirit can strengthen. Heaven cannot pour into a cluttered vessel. Your environment, your routines, your habits must reflect the blessing you're preparing to receive. This may require reorganizing your space, clearing distractions, letting go of draining commitments, or stepping away from relationships that pull you off your path. I went through this myself. When breakthrough was near, I felt an unexplainable urge to declutter, to reorganize, to simplify. At the time, I didn't understand it. Later, I realized heaven was clearing space in the natural because something big was forming in the spiritual. The fourth strategy: guard your emotional energy like something sacred. Your emotions are not weaknesses, they are signals. When your spirit feels unsettled, pay attention. When your peace disappears, don't ignore it. Peace is heaven's confirmation. Disturbance is heaven's caution. This season requires emotional discipline, responding with wisdom, not impulse, choosing silence over conflict, choosing boundaries over burnout. Your emotional clarity is part of your spiritual promotion. The fifth strategy: remain expectant, not anxious. Expectation draws alignment. Anxiety pushes it away. The angels want you to hold your faith with steady trust. Not clenched, not desperate, not fearful, but open and confident. Blessings flow where peace resides. When you stop begging the blessing to come and start preparing for it, heaven accelerates the release. Chosen one, these strategies are not suggestions. They are divine instructions. They are shaping you into the version of yourself capable of carrying wealth, influence, and spiritual authority without being crushed by them. Your next level requires a new posture, a new mindset, a new rhythm, and everything heaven is doing in you now is preparing you to rise into it fully. Chosen one, now that heaven has given you the strategies to stand firm, the angels are ready to reveal the shift the moment your life moves from preparation into manifestation. This shift is not symbolic. It is not subtle imagination. It is a real spiritual turning point that changes the atmosphere around you and the atmosphere within you. And if you've been paying attention to your inner world, you may already feel it. That quiet tug in your spirit. That sense that something is moving even though nothing in the physical has changed. That strange mix of restlessness and anticipation that you can't explain with logic. That, chosen one, is the shift. It is heaven rearranging the invisible structure of your life. It is the unseen realm preparing the ground for what is about to appear. The angels want you to understand something crucial. Manifestation does not begin when you see the blessing. Manifestation begins when the spiritual climate around your life changes. Before anything reaches your hands, it reaches your spirit. Before anything becomes visible, it becomes aligned. And your newly awakened eyes are the first instruments to detect this. You begin to notice patterns you once ignored. You begin to sense timing in ways you never understood before. You begin to feel that life is quietly reorganizing itself to make room for what heaven is sending. The first sign of the shift begins with identity. Before heaven changes your circumstances, heaven changes you. Something in your posture begins to rise. You speak with more clarity. You carry yourself with more conviction. You stop apologizing for your calling. You stop shrinking to make others comfortable. You stop entertaining what drains your spirit. You begin to realize you are not waiting for the blessing anymore. You are becoming the person capable of carrying it. This inward maturity is heaven's announcement that the outward breakthrough is close. The angels are showing me that the next sign of the shift appears in your relationships. You will notice people behaving differently around you. Some will distance themselves without explanation. Some will become tense or uncomfortable when you speak. Some will suddenly encourage you more than before. And others will reveal jealousy, insecurity, or motives you never expected. This is not random. When elevation approaches, the truth in people rises to the surface. Heaven allows these revelations so you are not carrying false loyalty into your next season. You are being separated from what cannot follow you. Do not fear the distance. Do not cling to what is fading. This is divine protection clearing your path. Then, the shift shows up in your opportunities. Doors that once looked promising may close abruptly. Plans you depended on may dissolve. But almost at the same time, new doors will begin to open quietly, opportunities that feel aligned, peaceful, and purposeful. Heaven closes doors that would distract you and opens doors that will elevate you. Do not force what is shutting. Do not fear what is opening. The angels are arranging your path with precision so the blessing can arrive without resistance. Finally, the shift settles into your inner atmosphere. You start noticing that worry feels less familiar. Fear loses its grip. Peace speaks louder than anxiety. You wake up feeling clearer, lighter, more focused. Purpose starts to feel natural rather than forced. A sense of divine companionship grows in your heart. Even your prayers shift. They become bold rather than desperate. You stop pleading and start expecting. You stop hoping and start knowing. These changes are not coincidences. These are signs that you are no longer in the waiting phase. You are in the receiving phase. Your eyes have not only awakened, your entire season has shifted. Chosen one, the angels are guiding you into a moment where manifestation begins to cross the threshold into reality. And in the next part, they will reveal the arrival, the way the blessing enters your life, and the exact signs that tell you it has arrived. Chosen one, now that the angels have revealed the shift, the moment your life crosses from preparation into manifestation, they are ready to unveil the next sacred stage, the arrival. This is the moment when everything that has been forming quietly in the unseen finally begins breaking into your visible world, not as a distant hope, not as a soft intuition, but as something real, tangible, unmistakable. And the angels want your eyes, your spirit, and your awareness tuned so sharply that when this blessing arrives, you recognize it immediately and don't overlook it, question it, or unintentionally sabotage it. The arrival of a blessing rarely looks the way we imagine it. It seldom enters with noise or spectacle. Heaven introduces breakthrough, the way dawn introduces morning softly at first, almost unnoticed, then suddenly everything is bright. The first sign of arrival is the multiplication of small confirmations. You start hearing the same message from unrelated places. Repeated numbers, repeated phrases, repeated inner nudges show up again and again. Doors that once felt intimidating now feel natural to approach. Ideas come with ease. Choices that once felt heavy feel clear. You begin to sense an unseen orchestration, as if invisible hands are arranging your steps. That's not coincidence, that's alignment, that's heaven synchronizing your life with what's on its way. The second sign of arrival is unexpected favor. Favor isn't luck, it's heaven tilting things in your direction. People show you kindness without reason. Opportunities find you without effort. Complications resolve faster than you expect. Delays fall away. Even those who once opposed you seem to lose interest. When heaven releases a blessing, heaven first clears the path for it. The third sign is a deep and unusual calm within your spirit. Before breakthrough, spiritual warfare is loud. But once heaven makes its decision, peace fills the space where anxiety once lived. You stop overthinking. Doubt loosens its grip. Worry fades without a fight. Even without physical proof, you feel the blessing's nearness. This peace isn't something you create, it's something the angels deliver. It's the peace that arrives before the miracle, not after. The fourth sign is the appearance of opportunities that genuinely match your growth, not random chances, not overwhelming, misaligned options, but opportunities that honor the healing you've done and require the stronger, wiser, awakened version of yourself. Heaven never sends a blessing you aren't ready for. So if something fitting appears now, it's because you've matured into the person who can hold it. The fifth sign of arrival is deeply personal. Your old battles start losing power. Patterns that used to trap you don't carry the same weight. Triggers that once shook you barely stir you. Doubts grow quieter. Old insecurities feel like memories instead of identities. This is heaven's way of saying that season is finished. The new one has begun. And finally, the sign that ties them all together. Your eyes start recognizing divine timing. Things click. You feel drawn, guided, aligned. You begin saying, "This is it. I can feel it." Your spirit becomes a compass, pointing toward what belongs to you, and your eyes begin identifying the blessing long before anyone else sees it forming. Chosen one, the arrival of your blessing won't leave you confused. It will feel like peace wrapped in clarity, alignment wrapped in recognition. Heaven hasn't been preparing you to wish. Heaven has been preparing you to receive. And in the next part, the angels will reveal the final stage, possession, how to hold, protect, and grow the blessing once it enters your hands. As this sacred message approaches its close, rest in the truth that heaven is already moving on your behalf. The warning prepared you. The strategy positioned you. The shift awakened you. And now you stand in your Kairos moment, aligned for divine transfer and supernatural elevation. May clarity lead you, may peace surround you, may favor walk ahead of you. And if this spoke to your spirit, write, I receive it. Walk forward with purpose, anointed one. You are seen, chosen, and divinely protected.